Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Tonight's a rivalry matchup in the NFC South between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. Johnson now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Irving here from the gun. They'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
First down, Buccaneers.
First down, here's Baker. To the sideline, and he's got it. He takes it down to the 33. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Here's a quick pass, caught outright. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
First and 10. Here's Mayfield. And they score. It's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead right away. All right, so nice little drive they put together there in their first series of the season, partner, and the year begins on a high note with a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be able to begin this season on a high note with a win. Well, they put more drives like that together, they sure will, but I don't know. I got that Pete Carroll just still bouncing in my brain. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. You can't start much better than that.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. And he needed a lot more power there. It came down away. He's away from the landing zone, and they're going to start the possession up at the 40. John Robinson. And this defense is firing to begin the season, huh? Great play to get him behind the line.
Trenton Simpson. A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
To the air with Penix. DJ. It's rocked. That ball's free. The Buccaneers pick it up. And they can't add anything after that recovery, partner, but they do take possession of the football.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that running. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Has him on the quick hitter. He's got it in the red zone. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Tampa Bay.
Out of the gun, Henry. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, Mayfield. Short pass brought in. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Running back sent in motion. 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Culp with the catch. And he needed a little more room to reach that line. The stop he's made in time. That brings up 4th down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Only 2 yards to the marker. They're going for it here on 4. He'll go quickly to the right. He's not going to get there. They hold him out of the end zone, partner, but it is still going to keep this offense on the field. They've got a 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Henry. And he pulls through the defense for a touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 13-0 lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. Pocket isn't moving up. They're able to drop it. After one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down. Penix here from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. From the shotgun, Penix. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure alters the throw.
And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he has enough room to gain about 4.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Penix escapes out to the left. And apparently he sees no other option than to get rid of it on what is the final play of our first quarter. So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. Our score, 14-0. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Here's Penix. It's his running back. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And there's the stop, but he's got 9 yards on 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, and discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Pass complete to Robinson. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Extra point by Kittle is up and good. And the Falcons cut the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Good. Hey, alert 33. 180. What's up?
Back now, pressure coming. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Penix now. Now trying to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
Penix now to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. From the gun, it's Robinson. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Like the final battle scene from the movie, Kate. Two sides charging each other, and they beat right at that line. And they didn't have to try him backward. All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
Cool, able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Bucks to the line. 1st and 10.
King. Alert, alert. 180. What's up?
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Into the hands of Cole. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. It's a great pickup. 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Going deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And from where that fumble came, Brock, zero chance they were going to turn a profit on that play, right? But at least they did get it back.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down the distance.
Headed out right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he gets this down near the 30.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. He's totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Roy Anderson that time with the tackle.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field ready. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And in! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! The Buccaneers now lead by 10. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers drive their lead to 11. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They're going play fake with Penix. Rolling left, buying some time. Dumps it off to Robinson. Tricks his way into space. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. And goes to the hurry up here. First and 10, around to Robinson. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
He was brought down by Lavonte David. The tackle made back at his 48-yard line.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Falcons at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Staying with Robinson. He'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
3rd down, it's Penix. That one complete to Pitts. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. 1st down, ball at the 36.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Penix off the play action. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. He has room past the 25. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Throwing now on 1st down. Penix getting out to his left. The left side is caught by Pitts. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
Falcons, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Robinson. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Gets it again. And he won't get anything this time. They stop him at the 4. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 3rd and goal. Defense electing to play this from the nickel. Here's Penix to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
Okay, we've seen this running back pretty busy here early on in the passing game, and not just with checkdowns. You could tell this was going to be part of the game plan, and I don't think one incompletion here to him is going to deter that effort.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo after the field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Koo able to put it through. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Hey, facing a deficit, it's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room. They will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to go on.
Regular. 180.
First down, looking to throw. Mayfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face second down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Throwing again is Baker. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going deep down this side. Wide open down the field, and he has it. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Hey,
Mayfield on 1st and 10. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph and pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
He rolls to his right. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left.
The QBs today so adept at doing just this, buying themselves enough time and finding a target. The problem on this one, just not the throw he needed to make the completion.
Third down, here's Mayfield. Rolling out to his left. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's now a two-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
At their own 35-yard line.
One last play before the break. He'll throw it. He puts some air under it deep down the middle. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard.
Penix here from the gun.
At the 34-yard line.
Finds his back. It's Robinson. And give him 10 yards there. A lot of work done as they set up third and very short.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out in the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. Penix working from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And they make the stop in the sand at the 37-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
From the shotgun, Penix dumps it off to his running back. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Got that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Couldn't find a completion on first down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Penix is going to throw again. Flush down now to his left. He tucks it and takes off. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Offense in a hurry up here.
A pickup of 2.
Here's Penix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Escapes out to the left. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
I can pretty much guarantee you, Kate, the minute that quarterback left the pocket, that D coordinator started to hold his breath. It is so hard when you play a dual-threat QB out on the run in space, especially down here in the red zone, but the defense rises to the occasion.
Koo able to put it through. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Listen, all he can do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, if he's able to handle his 3rd field goal of the game, it just inched them a little bit closer.
And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield now off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Throwing deep down the near sideline. They connect on the deep shot. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that game.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Give right side to Henry. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they're going to tackle behind the line. With a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
3rd and long for him here. Buying some time right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his 1st catch of the game. And that brings up 4th and long. Buccaneers out and into punt formation. This one strikes down at the 1, and predictably into the end zone it goes for the touchback. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Penix looking to pass. Connecting on the slant. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Falcons will have a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On first down, here's Penix. Brought in inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Looking for an open man. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On second and 10, it's Penix. And they will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons shrinking the lead some in the third. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Well, we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for two in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
Good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10. Baker now from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Hey, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Forced out to his right. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, and there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Along the right sideline, there's space. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a lead just before the end of the third. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Okay, well that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing Penix. Complete left side to Robinson. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To the air with Penix. Quick slant into the hands of Pitts. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And you just get the play off. Chased out to his right. And he's dropped. They got there for the sack. And that brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. So after the sack, quite the situation they find themselves in. Here comes 2nd and 22. Penix now. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Well, this has been a tough series. Sacked on the 1st down play, forced to throw it away right there. An awfully difficult 3rd down now staring you in the face.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A 14-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Result of the play is
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Mayfield now from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield again. Sends this to the end zone. They did it! He made the interception! Jesse Bates in to pick it off.
Well, they're in danger going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
Throwing now on 1st down. Penix. Finds his back. It's Robinson. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Falcons will have a 1st. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
At the 32-yard line.
Again, left side. Here's Robinson. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. Offensive line fast.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Play fake. Penix. Dumps it off to Robinson. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get him forward to their own 45. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
He's got it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
On second down, Robinson. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up, too.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up
Looking to
3rd
throw.
and 2.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Let's go now. 19 Lions.
Now Penix off the play action. This time not able to get it to him. He's been a favorite target on this drive, but incomplete there. It's going to bring up second down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Second and 10, Penix to throw. Getting out to his left. Run out left. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a pickup of 11. And the Falcons will have a first.
6-yard line.
Handoff for Robinson, running right. And the cut back to the middle is the right call. That is 8 yards on the carry. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons down by 7. Just a yard left to go on second down. Another carry for Robinson. He stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Here he is to throw. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
He'll look to throw it. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
Here he is to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third down give to Robinson. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Flush down out to his left. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete. Even with a little time left here, Brock, kicking the extra point, probably the safer call.
And with that little time left, even if you do get the 2, still got a chance to drive down, your opponent does, and kick that game-winning field goal. Now you need some way to get the ball back in a hurry, and the chances are so limited.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's 1st down. Setting up to pass. Hits his running back. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. He stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down. Now we get a timeout, and with just 2 seconds left, this game has set us up with an incredible ending. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. An entire game coming down to the leg of Younghoe Koo. It's a 38-yard look here. Oh, he missed it! The pressure got to him on that short attempt. And they fail to claim that lead. They're still down by a point. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And this isn't just anyone in O-Star for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Huard, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners as we say goodbye from Atlanta.